Good morning, everybody. Orange A here with my first ever Nier Reincarnation video. Now, Nier Reincarnation is a new role-playing gacha game from Square Enix, and it is coming out on the 28th of this month. That is in about 5 days. 5-ish days from the release of this video. I'm recording this in the middle of the night, so days get kind of weird. Anyway, just roll with me on that. The game's coming out on the 28th. Now, what is Nier Reincarnation? I just mentioned it's an RPG with gacha elements. If you are just a fan of Nier, and this is a game that you've kind of seen on the radar, but maybe you don't know what a gacha game is. Maybe you haven't played a gacha game before. All that means is to acquire new stuff in this game. A lot of the ways you're going to be doing that is rolling for it in a gacha system where you go in, you have a chance of getting some stuff like weapons, gear, new units, and you use the in-game premium currency to do that. That's what gacha is, and this game is a gacha game. So don't let that sneak up on anybody who might think this is just going to be another like regular Nier game. It's not. It is a mobile game, and mobile games tend to be, at least right now, a lot of them tend to be gacha games. That's kind of the trendy model, and this is one of those. So I don't want that to sneak up on anybody. Let's talk about what this game is besides that, though. It's an RPG with like a kind of train-tracked world that you will go through. And what do I mean? Okay, so let me introduce the world to you of this game. Here's what they write about the world. A girl awakens on a cold stone floor. She finds herself in an infinitely vast place filled with buildings that touch the very sky. Guided by a mysterious creature who calls herself Mama, she begins to explore her new surroundings. To reclaim what she has lost and atone for her sins, she sets off on a journey through this place of unknown creation, a place known as the Cage. So, if you're familiar with Nier, the Nier world always had a very mysterious vibe to me. This game definitely has that mysterious vibe. Let's do a brief introduction to the characters, right? So the main character, the one we just talked about, the Girl of Light, not to be confused with the Warrior of Light from Final Fantasy. This is the Girl of Light, a human girl. Now, a brief description of her: a girl who awakens on the cold stone floor of the Cage. The Cage is the world. Though she's kind and has a bright personality, she wears a collar of bandages for reasons unknown, and is plagued each night by horrible dreams. So that's your MC. That's your main character. Kind of weird. I don't connect with like 12-year-old like girl on any sort of level, but it's Nier, it's a mysterious world, and you're traveling it with this weird side character called Mama, who's this like flying ghost looking robot who helps you and gives you advice, and there's going to be some kind of cool like relationship they're going to work out. It's all very mysterious, and it's very intriguing. I tried to play the game on the Japanese servers, like on an emulator, and it didn't work, right? First of all, I couldn't read the Japanese, and it was just a laggy experience trying to play from America on the JP servers. So I gave up on that, but it was enough to hook me in and get me intrigued, and I've been looking forward to this game since I experimented with it for a while now, so I'm pretty excited it's coming out. Anyway, that's Mama. There are a couple other characters you're going to meet straight away that are original releases, and I'll kind of just show them off. You got the Dark Monster here. This is somebody you're going to run into in the world, and it triggers fights. You got the Wanderer. This is one of the characters who's going to be in the cool like little side stories. They do this side-scrolling story thing in this game, and you're going to meet characters like the Wanderer, who's a boy, and a pretty cool character design as well. You meet the Prosthetic Hunter. This is my favorite designed character of the original ones. She's got a prosthetic arm and leg, so you know something's up with that. She looks really good, carries a sword, like waifu material, right? Then you've got the Clockwork Soldier, a well-designed male character on release. He looks really cool. He uses guns. He wears a cowboy hat, kind of adds to that, like, Nier kind of like post-apocalyptic Wild West style. I don't know, it just looks cool. He looks cool, all right? I can have that opinion. And then the assassin here, Silent Indignation, a flower in bloom, cool looking chick. Hot looking girls with swords, you know I'm in for those. Nier has them. Those aren't the only characters we're going to have on launch too. There's also a Nier Automata collaboration. If you've never played like these mobile gacha games, they love to collaborate with other games from their universe and other universes. So right off the bat, you're going to have the Nier Automata collaborations, which means 2B, 9S, and a unique new character, 2P. I thought that was a typo the first time I saw it. I'm kind of showing her on the screen right here. She looks a lot like 2B, but it's 2P. I guess she's slightly different. You'll have a chance to use some of that in-game currency to acquire her right when the game starts. So playing on launch can be pretty rewarding if you like Nier Automata and you want to get some of those units in this game. Now, for playing on launch, a lot of people have pre-registered. So we're going to get a lot of this free currency. We're going to get 3,000 gems. That'll be something we can use to acquire the new characters, to acquire weapons, make our party stronger, etc. So we don't need to worry about pre-registering anymore. Enough people already have, and that brings me to my next point. It looks like, at least on release, this is going to be a fairly popular game in global. That means there'll be lots of people playing, which means things like any kind of collaborative event, whether it's PvP or PvE events, I don't know what they'll have, but there will be a player base. You'll be able to find other people to play with, and that should be fun. I don't know how much multiplayer is going to play into this game. Like I said, my experience with the JP side was very, very limited, but I'm a fan of the Nier aesthetic, and it's a Square game. I'm a big fan of most of the games that Square Enix puts out, so I'm going to give this a run. Okay, how does actually traveling this world work? Mostly, it's not an open world. Yes, you can move around in the world, but you're climbing through the cage, right? That's the world. It's these big towers that poke up to the sky. You go up them, you traverse the world. You can just click auto, and your person will train track it through there. You will run into those monsters. It will trigger fights. You will trigger like side stories that felt kind of like memories, and that'll introduce you to new characters. You'll have more fights. Fighting in this game is turn-based combat. You have skills. You build up your ultimate bar, kind of like what like a limit break was in Final Fantasy. You can use that to do big damage. We'll know a lot more about the fighting system and the combat when the game launches. I can tell you that I had a good time with it when I could get it to work on my JP experience, which was very limited. But there's something to me, and maybe it's because I'm an old school RPG fan, where I have my team of 3 people, right? And we're standing there, and there's the enemy, and I can pick skills, and my team will execute those skills on the enemy. Something about that just like feels good in my heart, right? Maybe it's just nostalgia. Maybe it's just me being a kid. But that I can do that with some characters from a universe that I like makes me pretty excited and brings me to this game. Now, is this a game you should be excited for? Is it a game like some other gacha games that lasts for years and years and years and you can play every day? I don't know. I don't know about the lifespan of this game, but I'm intrigued by the story. If you like the Nier universe and you want to play through what seems like a pretty cool story, give this game a shot. You don't have to spend any money in the game. You can play it for free. If you want to spend money and you're having a good time to get maybe some more characters or a little more ahead, that's up to you. If you just want to experience the game and give it a shot, I think go for it. It won't hurt you, and I'm excited to do it. I'll probably spend a little bit in the game. That's me, though. I like to spend on gacha games. If you like turn-based combat, if you like Nier, give this game a shot. Otherwise, hey, I don't know. You do you. I hope to see some people in game. I hope to see some people I know in game. I don't know how like the guild system and all that works, but you know I'll be starting one if I can. So all that stuff will come in my future videos. Just wanted to make this announcement that the game is releasing and invite you guys to play with me if you want to. So there you go. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.